Hey guys, put me back today. Another pickup video. Actually, this is going to be a series of 5 pickup videos to get me right through to my big bicentennial video number 200, and it's almost all from one major pickup. A couple bonus boxes thrown in there as well, but I got a huge pickup from Tarzilla and C-Mart over the summer that I've been sitting on, gathering up all the packages. I wanted to do this series of pickup videos for you. Got a couple bonus ones in there as well. Some other stuff from Tarzilla. I've got some stuff from Rev and Intellivision Revolution. I've even got a great big box here from Luke and Intellivision Collector, so we'll slide all those in there. Maybe we'll be over 200. But anyway, guys, man, I've been waiting to open these ones for a long time. We'll break it out. We're going to start it off with one box. The very first box I got, a whole bunch of Atari cartridges. Can't wait to share it with you. Coco and I will be right back.
Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. Pete, Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. If you haven't grown up by the age of 50, you don't have to.
Alright guys, so I really can't wait to open this box, but of course I gotta have a craft beer first. I got a very special one today too. I say that a lot, but this is a real special one because my neighbors just recently went on a trip to Newfoundland, which if you're familiar with Atlantic Canada at all, of course you'll know that Newfoundland and Labrador is up off on the east coast attached to Quebec, and Newfoundland itself is an island, part of Atlantic Canada, but it's so far out, it's actually a very long trip to get to. I can probably get to Vancouver from where I am right now. Then I can get to Newfoundland, even though you think I'm way out east, but it's that difficult to get to that part of the country. But anyway, yeah, so I have a real neat brew here from a brewing company I've heard of many times before. I don't know if I've ever had them on my channel before. I'm really not sure. Something tells me that I did long ago, but who cares, right? I have got a beer here that my neighbors brought me from the Dildo Brewing Company. And yes, that is the name of the company. And that is the name of the town on the peninsula in Newfoundland. And they have a lot of great brews. But this one here is a Dildo Brewing Company lager. Just a straight lager. So I've been really anxious to try this one out since I brought it back, but I wanted to save it for a video. And what more special video than starting off this massive Atari pickup that I got from C-Mart and Tarzilla, right? So this is pretty cool. Let's check this one out. Of course, like I said, Dildo Brewing Company have places right in Dildo, Newfoundland itself. Be lots of pictures right here. And also one in St. John's as well. The main city in Newfoundland, the largest city in Newfoundland. So right on, I'm using my Expos mug here today. Coco's really chill there today. Let's hope she stays that way. Wonder if she'll make it through the whole video. Oh, that's got a nice color to it. I think this is going to be just a straight lager, so it should be fairly light. I didn't see the percentage on it. I think it's just 5%. 5% alcohol, yep. So that's great. Nice and clear. It's got a good fizz to it. Oh, that's really nice. Let's try it out. That's a very good beer. Very standard. Like again, not citrusy, just a standard straight lager beer like you get one of the ones regular mass produced ones, but it just tastes like it's a little bit better quality, right? So right on. Dildo Brewing Company. I hope to try some more stuff from them someday. Haven't really had access to a whole lot, so it was really nice of my neighbors, again, to bring that back for me. So I really appreciate that. And if you ever get a chance to try anything from the Dildo Brewing Company, I highly recommend the lager. Cheers. I must have done something to upset her because she won't even look at me right now. But this is I've been waiting to open this box now for quite a while. And I'm pretty excited about this. Now, I'll be quite frank. Yes, I do know because I sort of picked out from a large assortment all the different carts that I was going to buy from them. But it was like 3 months ago now. So I was sitting on this. It's going to be kind of surprised pulling them all out. And I'm going to tell you this right now. Obviously, I have a large number of Atari games already. I got a neighborhood of 200, between 200 and 300 probably all together. So most of the ones that I don't have are kind of a little bit more unusual. So none of these are duplicates to my collection. I don't believe, anyway, that was the intent. So man, this is exciting. This is really exciting. Let's check it all out here. If I get into this box, I'm going to set the box off to the side. We'll pull them out one at a time to see what they are. What do you think, Coco? You are just flaked right out. All right, I got a closer look. Take a look. He's packed each individual bundle of carts in bubble wrap, so they're really, really well protected. Thank you, Don, for doing that. That's beautiful. Let's open some up here. There, we got it stabilized. I'm going to pull a block right out from the center. We'll open her up. All right. Oh, boy. Again, these are the card only. The thing is, I showed all those boxes. Today, I'm just opening the card only games. All the other ones are in box. So, pretty cool, really. All right, let's pull the first one out. What do we have? I've got a copy right there. Look at that. Tax Avoiders, which is a very different game for the Atari 2600 and all compatible systems. I'm trying to remember the company. I can't remember the company that made this one. But I did not have that game. That's a difficult one to find right there. Tax Avoiders. Not a highly rated game by any stretch, but still beautiful to have and add to the collection. That's nice. Reach in and pull the next one out. Oh, gotta go. There's a lot of games here, so I gotta go pretty quick. Next up, oh, it's a Sega game. I got a copy of tac-scan. Put a little bit of video footage in there. Again, the Sega games might be a series that I do sometimes with old guys and old games. I think there's 6 or 7 or maybe more different Sega games for the Atari 2600. And frankly, I didn't have any until I got tac-scan here. So that's beautiful. Let's keep her going because I got a lot to go through here. Next up, I got a little sneak peek when I put this one down. And it is, look at that. I got a copy of Final Approach. Beautiful. Just got done doing the Apollo games. That was the very first Apollo game out of 10 that I did. And I didn't have a copy. So now I have a copy of this unique style game of air traffic control, right? So very interesting. Check out that video that I did. I'll put a link to it down below for Final Approach, the old guys and old games. So neat that I've covered all those Apollo games now. One bundle down. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to go. All right, I'll pop this one open. Try not to look, so I don't. This is going to surprise myself when I pull them out. Wow, this is like friggin' cool. There's 2 games in this bundle. I'm looking. I'm pulling out. What do I have? It's another Apollo game. Lost Luggage, Blue Label, right there. That again. What a premise, right? Who was it? What was his name? Ed Salvo was at the airport, and the bags were coming off the carousel, and he got the idea to make the game. It's very Kaboom-esque, is the way I call it, type of game. It ramps up in difficulty so crazily that it's difficult. It's fun though. It's fun. So still another Apollo game. That is absolutely beautiful. And let's get on to the next one of this bundle. It's another Apollo game, a copy of Spacechase. I didn't even have Spacechase, so this is beautiful too. Of course, that was a bottom shooter done by, I think this was done by Ed Salvo as well. So that game, Lost Luggage, actually I don't think it was programmed. It was programmed by Dan Oliver, right? But anyway, Spacechase, straight bottom shooter, sort of a unique kind of little, had a little bit of flair to it, but also the most highly sold Apollo game of them all right there. But I didn't have a copy. There's 3 Apollo games just like that for my collection. Reach in and grab another bundle. I'm going to grab a bundle of 2 right here. See if there's anything real funky in here. I know there's some pretty neat games. Like, you're not going to find any. I have all the Rainbow games, all the Atari Rainbow games, so I didn't get any of those from the duplicates that he had to sell. So let's open her up here. Oh, I kind of want to look, and I kind of don't want to look because I want to be surprised at the same time. And I have Omega Race, CBS Electronics, right on. I think the only one I had was Wizard of War. So Omega Race I love. Played the Intellivision homebrew done by Dr. Ports quite a few times on the channel. but I've never had the opportunity to play this. Now the thing about this also came with packaged with its own unique joystick as well, or was it an add-on for the joystick? Anyway, I think it was an actual joystick, and it lit the rotation with the. It just gave it a different feel, like the arcade game used to have. So it'd be neat to pick that up again someday. But for now, very nice to have a Mega Race, my second or third CBS Electronics game. And next is it? I got another game called Sub-Scan, and I'm going to be quite frank. Oh, it's another Sega game, right there. So what was the other one that I got that was Sega game? tac-scan. So there's tac-scan, and now I got Sub-scan as well. So that looks pretty cool. I love submarine type games, like a Seawolf style game. I don't know that that's what that is. I'm gonna have to check it out a little bit closer. That is so wonderful to get that. All right, we're going at another one. Try to keep this moving. All right, here we go. Come on, there's 4. No, there's 3 in this, I think. Let's get her open. Oh, wow. Dawn did an amazing job packing these. So secure. And these carts are in awesome condition. No, there is 4 in here. Ah, love it. The more the better, right? The more the merrier. And this one is Turmoil, a fantastic 20th Century Fox game. I actually have a box sleeve. Like, you know how the 20th Century Fox boxes where the cart went into an insert, the insert slid into a sleeve, and that was your box, right? They're kind of oversized. Well, I have just the sleeve. I don't have the insert, the part that the cart goes in and everything. I didn't have the cartridge. So that is an awesome game to add to the collection. Another one for my 20th Century Fox games as well. Maybe I'll start collecting these by... you'll see a number up in the corner if I've actually thought about trying to start that subset, right? Because 20th Century Fox, of course, is one that I really, really want to get. So, next up, could it be another one? Well, does that give you a hint? What's your known end labels with nothing on them? 20th Century Fox. And it's Bank Heist. A game that I had never played, never particularly heard of until I did the 20th Century Fox series back earlier this spring. It was originally a Bonnie and Clyde style game. That's what it was based upon. A really very fun game, maze game. And a lot of people love maze games, and this one probably flew under the radar. So if you like maze games, I recommend you find a copy of this and give it a try. It's not an easy game to get physical, but I'm sure you can find to be able to play the ROM or whatever like that would be a lot of fun. So anyway, next up, this is an interesting one. It's some U.S. games. It's Gopher. I'll tell you why I say it's interesting, because I say interesting a lot, but one thing this always reminds me of is I like collecting the Zellers games, and there's a Zellers game called Farmer Dan that is, all the Zellers games are knockoffs of other games, but it's so strange that they decided only putting 18 or 19 of them out. And one of the knockoffs is of a U.S. games game. Most of them are Activision or Atari or whatever, like mainstream games, a Magic. But there's this one that's just so unique. It's U.S. games. Why do they knock off Gopher for U.S. games? I don't know. Is this their biggest selling game from U.S. games? Again, it's another publisher that I could go through the series on Old Guys and Old Games sometime and go through their whole library. Not a huge library, but it's kind of a... I won't say it's shovelware, but it was some of the quality, like with Apollo, may not have been there, and the massive amounts of products like that, like from companies like that. I shouldn't say. I don't think you say that's a bad game. I don't know, but that's sort of what led to the crash. Too many titles, right? So anyway, this one's got a weird feel to it. I don't know what it is. I have a lot, but it's like ridged. The back of it is ridged, and what is it? Oh, this is a neat one. This is an Avalon Hill game, the first Avalon Hill game I ever had, London Blitz. I had never had that game. I had never heard of that game until recent years. And I certainly didn't know that the cartridge was this unique shell. That is too cool. Don't know much about the game. I'll frankly have to check it out too. So beautiful. London Blitz. And in such great condition. Oh, wow, those are in good shape. All right, next up, we got 3 more bundles here. Oh, feels like they're all bundles of 4. I like that. Get this one open. I see another U.S. games game here. I can call that right off the top. Oh, wow. We'll pull it out first. It is Entombed. That's totally different cartridge shape. Shell shape. Look at that. Can you see that? It's got a lip that goes down so you can pull it out. Like I can grab her and hold it like that. I've never seen a shell like that before that gives you that grip. Really good idea. Pull it out of the system. Not that I've ever really had a hard time getting games out of an Atari system. Boom. But still, very interesting. Entombed. What kind of game is it? I don't know. I'm going to have to check that one out too. 2 game variations on it. Another one from US Games. I'm not sure how many games were from US Games as well, but I have a feeling I'll be looking at that very soon. All right. Next. What do we got? Got a couple Ridges. And it is another US game and this one is M.A.D. M.A.D. So obviously it stands for something. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but anyway, the game is M.A.D. And what's unique about it to me is just that it's totally different cartridge shell than this one here, which has that lip to pull. This was just a regular card, like the other one, like the other US games that was in there. Gopher. So interesting. Entombed. Don't know what that one is. All right, here we go. We're digging. 2 more cartridges in here. And we have... Oh, this is pretty wild. I've seen it many times before. It's Sorcerer's Apprentice. A Mickey Mouse game. So, kids game, obviously. Now, this, I believe, is actually Atari, is it not? Copyright 1983, Atari Inc. So this is one of the numbered titles, or numbered games for Atari, actually. I have the first, like all the rainbow boxes I have, complete in box. The ones after that, like all the silver box, all the specialty ones, like Snoopy and the Red Baron, is that Atari? I know this one was Atari. Like Pigs in Space was Atari. I don't have that one. But I'm very happy now to add it even card only because I love to have all the different Atari games. Atari's very difficult to collect for. Again, I've said this a million times, but it's subsets of what you have to go for with Atari. So I like that very, very much. So Sorcerer's Apprentice. Seen it kicking around forever. Never had picked up a copy. Next up, I have it feeling around. It feels like another US Games. And it is not. It's a... this is a VidTech. And that's kind of a notorious game right here. Sneak and Peek, which is the hide-and-seek game for the Atari 2600. And very often I'll hear people talk about causes of the crash, the games from the third-party publishers that sort of were of such poor quality that they led to the crash. And this one is often on the list of things people talk about. But I'm very, very happy to add it into my collection anyway. VidTech. I have a few VidTech games, complete in box as well. Towering Inferno. What else over there? Space Jockey, stuff like that, you know. So neat to add that one. All right, we got 2 more bundles. All right, we're diving in. Get that tape off. And again, I'm just sort of randomly doing this, so I don't know if I have any super heavy hitters left or not. I really don't. Now this has got a weird feel. I'm pulling a game out that has a handle on both sides. This is really interesting. Oh, and this kind of, I think, is not a super heavy hitter, but it's well known. I have a copy from Tiger Vision of King Kong. Love it. It's kind of a Donkey Kong knockoff. The quality of the game probably isn't quite as high as people would like. Another crash causer per se, let's call it. But what a unique game shell and game to have. Very, very happy to finally add that into my collection. End label is great condition. Main label is great condition. And I didn't realize that it had this pull. It's actually divoted in on both the top and bottom for pulling the cartridge out. So really, really cool. And it looks really good in that pile. They're all, I got one, what do you call it, beige box, one baby blue box, and the rest are all black. So next up, this feels like a Activision style cart. Take a look like this. Oh, this is interesting. From Froggo Games, I got a copy of Karate. This is another one that I hear a lot about that I hadn't experienced very much. And I don't hear really good things about it either, all the Froggo games, frankly. But play them. You got to try them out yourself, right? Maybe you love them. And the thing about it is if you had it back in the day and you played a lot as a kid, sometimes games which aren't really all that great have an awful lot of nostalgic. You have a lot of nostalgic love for the game. So I don't know. I don't with this one. We'll try it out. Very, very happy to add it to the collection, though. There aren't very many Froggo games either. I don't think 3 or 4, if that. So that's really cool to add that one. Next up, we have... It's another Apollo, and I got a copy of Shark Attack. Right on. Very happy to have that. Shark Attack is so interesting with the fact that they were given a cease and desist to change the name from Lockjaw to Shark Attack. There's 2 different versions of Shark Attack. There's this blue label, the later version, plus it's the light blue, but the original I call it the pastel era of Apollo games, when they were actually games by Apollo, and they later changed their name to just Apollo. This is the Apollo era one. The logo is different too than the games by Apollo, but still very great to add this one to my collection. It's like I got half the Apollo games here now, I think. Lockjaw, I don't think I'll get Lockjaw. Lockjaw is really hard to find and very, very, very expensive game. So, all right. Last in that bundle, we're getting towards the bottom. It is another Apollo game, and it is the pastel version. But mind you, since I picked all these out, I have actually picked this game up complete up at Spin It Records in a recent pickup video. But here is a cartridge copy of Space Cavern. So that is really cool. I'll probably take a look at this one. Neat little shooter. This is a good game, actually. Neat little shooter. I'll probably take a look, see which cartridge is the best condition, and maybe I'll pass on the love for one of these cartridges here someday. I don't know. We'll have to look at that. All right. Last but not least, is this it? Clearing the box out. The box is empty. Oh, finally the box is empty. That is so beautiful. One more bundle of 4 cartridges. Coco's getting all excited. Wow, this one's taped some well. We'll rip the end right out of her. All right, we got it. The first one is... Uh-oh. The tape's right on the cartridge here. Oh, we got her. We got her. It's good. We have another US Games one, and it is Piece O' Cake. And it's also got the handle like the other one had. Piece of cake. That's great. I got to figure out how many games, US games put out. I'm not thinking this. I don't think it's as many as 10. But there's quite a few in there already. That's pretty neat. Next up, I mentioned this game earlier. I said about Sorcerer's Apprentice being an Atari game that I didn't have in that later set. Well, now there's a copy of Pigs in Space. Huh? Beautiful. End label. End label's good. Top is good. Love it. Pigs in Space. And we got 2 more here. That one's got a real weird, neat feel. Ooh, this one's got a neat feel too. I'm going to pull this one out first. I'm like, no, I'm going to pull this one out first. I don't know what this is. I have no idea what this is. Holding up this way because it looks different. I haven't looked down to see what it is yet. Look, it's got a handle right here. It is Star Gunner from Telesys. Look at that. I know nothing about this game, but I do know I don't have any Telesys games. So, absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Totally different shell. It's totally different than anything else I've seen so far. It's just like a little lip down in here, but it's flat. Look at that. Star Gunner, Telesys. Awesome. And it brings it down to the last game. And I can tell by the feel of it, it is a Parker Brothers game. See Parker Brothers game? Parker Brothers right there. And what I have here, oh wow. It is a copy, and I'm glad to finish with this one, of Mr. Do's Castle. I love the Mr. Do games. I love playing it back in the day on the ColecoVision. The Intellivision homebrew version is out now. That's a wonderful game. You can get that from Willie at Electronite or Homebrew Inc. But man, I gotta play that one a little bit. I gotta do the Parker. I'm doing all these series, right? I've got to catch up to one I'm gonna do now. But Parker Brothers is a pretty cool one as well. I have several Parker Brothers games complete in box, like 10 or 11 over there. But there's several that I don't have. I think it's only about 16 or 17 altogether, if that. But that's one I didn't have. And yeah, I am very, very happy to to add Mr. Do's Castle to my collection, finally, and another Parker Brothers game. Well, guys, that is it. How many carts are here? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 23 new games for my Atari 2600 collection, card only. But there's some real bangers in there, let me tell you, some great games. Thank you, C-Mart. Thank you, Dawn, for this, for sure. Coco is just like beyond ecstatic about the whole thing too. So I don't know if she's going to be able to stay, in the basket for the rest of them, because I got 4 more boxes of complete inbox to pick up over the next few videos. So anyway, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help the channel. I appreciate it very much. It excites her as well, as you can see. So without any further ado, we will see you in the next video. Have a great week. Take care.
Papa P, the old ass gamer. Papa P, the old ass gamer. If you have
Hey, this is Ferg from the Atari 2600 Game by Game podcast, and you are watching Papa Pete, the old guy gamer.
What the hell?